But first, we're learning more about federal charges from an alleged pandemic scheme. A Phoenix couple, including a former TV news anchor, is arrested in Puerto Rico, accused of pocketing tens of millions of dollars illegally. Nicole Christine joins us with the details tonight. Nicole.
Well, Brian, Stephanie Hockridge, a former anchor at ABC 15 here in Phoenix, and her husband, Nathan Reese, are accused of submitting false and fraudulent Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, loans. The couple took out loans for themselves and then showed others how easy it was to get taxpayer cash. A scheme worth hundreds of millions of dollars, set against the backdrop of global pandemic relief.
Criminals and criminal organizations took advantage of Americans suffering during this crisis and committed substantial fraud against these critical pandemic relief programs.
Among the alleged criminals, a former Valley television anchor, Stephanie Hockridge, and her husband, Nathan Reese. During a federal hearing, numbers reaching into 10 figures are discussed.
I think it was 57,000 applications in PPP were for applicants who are on the do not pay list, involving several billions of dollars.
And how much fraud are we talking about just in those loans?
$3.6 billion.
Hockridge and Reese are accused of attempting to directly charge some applicants a 10% fee for successfully getting a loan, a violation of the Small Business Administration rules. A review of the loans showed what the couple was willing to do for the money, including Reese claiming in an application he was African American and a veteran.
Talk about taking advantage of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Hey, listen. Don't you tell me, don't ever tell me that there's not benefits to being a minority or black people are oppressed, because even white people are saying, hey, hold on. I'm a woman, I'm a veteran, I'm an African American, I'm disabled, I'm all of that. So qualify me for my PPP loans.
Other evidence showed Hockridge describing the PPP as, quote, $100 billion of free money. And although the PPP loans were set up for small businesses, Hockridge told her staff, quote, who the F cares? We're not the first bank to decline borrowers who deserve to be funded. They can go elsewhere. Reese and Hockridge also requested direct payments from PPP borrowers, ultimately scamming them out of substantial amounts of their loans. The entire process laid out in a 90-second video, now at the center of an alleged federal deception. The duo took their stolen millions to set up a lavish lifestyle in Puerto Rico.
Oh, listen. A lot of people get on me and they say, Anton, why you always showing your receipts? You just want to humble brag and all of that. It's not that. It's honest to God not that. I believe, white or black, brown or blue, that anybody at this point, and blame the people that frauded you, blame the people that finessed you, blame the people that is running around and finessing for creating an environment where people have to show their receipts. I am not just taking anybody's advice for granted. I don't care if you're a relationship expert. I need to see whether or not you've been married for an extended period of time, or even if you're divorced, was you successful in being married and why did you get divorced? I need to see if you saying that you're a millionaire. Okay, well, where's your deposits? Where's your wires? Something. Show me anything. I need to see how you got it, when you got it, and whether or not you are actually successful at it before I just start taking your advice from it, right? I need to understand whether or not you're living your life clean if you decide that you want to get on the pulpit and start a church. I don't believe anybody anymore just because they show Instagram photos. If y'all still falling for the okie doke and you not holding people accountable by saying, okay, well, who are you and where did you come from? And did you document the journey? Because every video that I've ever created is still uploaded up to YouTube. And if you go to the Anton Daniels channel, when you look at 10 years ago, you could still see some of my first videos. I need to know, at least give me the story of why it came about. And so they out here getting PPP money, stealing. And I told y'all, I warned y'all, the one thing that I actually agree with Biden on, the one thing that I absolutely agreed with, I don't know if it's another thing that I can think of that I agree with Biden during his administration. But the one thing that I agreed with on Biden, and I cannot hold them, and I'm going to give Kamala Harris some credit too, because they're both in administration, right? I have to be objective, is that they said, listen, we going to pass this law that gives us up to 10 years since you accepted or took a PPP loan out for us to come and investigate and possibly come in to get you. So that means at least for the next 7 to 8 years, I will be able to have content to highlight whether or not people is out here finessing for a PPP loan. It just so happened to be a former Phoenix TV anchor and her husband that was out here buying property in Puerto Rico, and now they got to get them metal bracelets.
Where her husband was taken into custody by federal authorities.
Say hi.
Now, both Hawk.
So, shout out to the scammers. The Biden-Harris administration definitely did something right, and they extended the timeline. You're right, Azriel. They extended the timeline to make sure that they bring y'all to the front of the congregation, all right? So, in addition to that, Christmas in Chicago. So, several different cities actually unveiled their Christmas decorations and their holiday themes. And usually this happens the weekend before Thanksgiving so that we can kick things into gear for the holiday season, the giving season, the volunteer season, Christmas tree lightings. And so this is a tale of two cities, these next two things and quick hits. First, we're going to start at Chicago. Absolute chaos, violence, and gunshots. Check it out.
We got a person shot inside of Macy's after reports at State and Washington. We have a person shot.
Kicking it what Chicago says, but what if it was a real business that had real employees? And that means that it wasn't fraud. If you are, listen, if you didn't need anybody to help you apply for a PPP loan, if you were a real business with real employees that validly got the PPP loans, then that means that you did it legally, and that's not fraud. So that's not something that we talking about. I'm talking about the people that didn't have nothing, or there was just a one employee business and they didn't really have no employees and they was just finessing. Kicking it with a chef, we know the difference. So those that had real employees, cool. What these PPP loan people didn't realize was that the minute that they took the loan, what the government didn't reveal to you was that it was going to be a list that you can then search through, because when you use taxpayer money, then that's when you get on the list. And so you can go through and see the list and see who got it. And then they're going to give themselves 10 years to be able to investigate of whether or not you was frauding. That's it. If you got it legally, then you got it legally. If you didn't get it legally and it was real businesses that was really affected, I think that that's what the money was for. It wasn't for all of these people that was finessing so that they can go and buy property over in Puerto Rico.
Chicago police surrounding Macy's Saturday night after police say a 19-year-old woman walking down the street was shot in the leg. Macy's employees telling Fox 32 off camera the victim was bleeding profusely near a makeup counter, pleading for someone to call her boyfriend as at least 100 teens stormed the State Street store.
What up, Cartier family? Oh, man. Let me give these guys a round of applause. They cooking. Cartier family in the building. I absolutely love what y'all got going on. Y'all put on a phenomenal channel. Shout out to them. Hey, make sure y'all go and check out the Cartier family. They're absolutely great group of people that is putting on great content, and they absolutely are spot on almost every single thing that they do. I love what y'all do. I actually check y'all out and I watch y'all in my downtime. Shout out to the Cartier family. We love y'all.
Trying to avoid gunshots right outside.
1261 says there were about 6 male black teens that got on the train going towards O'Hare. They ran to the Washington Blue Line stop over there.
The shooting follows 2 teen trends downtown Friday and Saturday. This video by Chi-Town crime chasers showing hundreds of teens running in the loop. According to witnesses, multiple fights among young people erupted.
Good to shop, good to spend money and be with family.
Throughout the day, police increased patrols on State Street as tens of thousands began their holiday shopping. The shooting certainly top of mind for people we spoke to.
It's really sad what is going on in the downtown city of Chicago, because this is a beautiful city.
You heard there was a woman that was shot outside Macy's yesterday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's one of those things that sticks out, and we want to be safe this holiday season, and I think people should be careful out there.
Mari here, who's 6 months pregnant, baffled by the chaos.
It's really sad. this is the generation that's coming up, and then if this is the generation now that's out, what about the generation that's coming up under us? We're supposed to be.
I love you too, family. I love y'all too, man. Y'all doing some great things. Hey, man, invite me on the show. I'm traveling over to kick it with the Cartier family. Send me an email, man. I want to kick it with y'all. But nobody should be surprised at what's happening in Chicago. I don't even know why they're acting like something is new. We all know exactly what happens. You knew that soon as they launched the holiday season and they did the festival and they had their little downtown shenanigans, even though the city don't have no money to be able to put on because they operating at a deficit, this is what happens. But I will give a shout out to my home city. I absolutely love my home city. I got to give a shout out to Detroit because we had a record 115,000 people arm to arm, wall to wall. Every single year we do the Christmas holidays and we do the tree lighting, a record amount of people that showed up in downtown Detroit. I was down here all weekend, so I had an opportunity to be able to take in the festivities and see what was happening. Obviously we convert Campus Martius over into an ice rink over until March, and it was absolutely awesome.
The Christmas tree at Campus Martius in downtown Detroit is all lit up, and the crowd of thousands loved it.
I've never been here before. I just want to see the tree. I love big Christmas trees and want to see the city of Detroit.
Being here in Detroit, we all love Detroit to see our Christmas tree being lit.
Santa joined city officials as they flipped the switch on the 66-foot Michigan-grown Norway spruce. As soon as they did, 25,000 red, green, yellow, and blue lights turned on.
I just moved here from Atlanta, and I'm excited about Christmas here in Detroit.
More than the adults, the kids were excited too.
Excited?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to?
Santa.
They love Christmas. They love Santa. They're not scared of Santa, and they like the lights, so they're excited to be down here and try to get all the little toys that they can get that light up, and that's Christmassy.
The night was filled with performances on stage and on the ice. Parents fulfilling their kids' holiday wish list early and sharing wishes of their own for Detroit this holiday season.
My Christmas wish this year, we just all come together, really. Just come together, just love each other, let the small stuff be small.
World peace. Yep, pretty much it, yeah. So there's a lot of people that need, help, and that's where we're at.
There's peace and joy in the world.
The tree is absolutely stunning. And another fun note, the ice rink at Campus Martius behind me opens up officially on Saturday and will stay open until March. All information and tickets, you can head to fox2detroit.com.
So this is kind of what it looked like with the people. So if you can see, it's an ice rink, and then it's the Christmas tree, and you can see all of the people. So it's just filled. You see the red kettle. We got the largest red kettle, which is a part of the Salvation Army. And it's just filled with the streets, and beautifully, just like we did, we hosted the NFL draft and several other events. There was no incidents. Nothing happened. Everybody just came out and had fun. Again, I was outside. Shout out to everybody that I ran into. It was a great time. It was an absolute great time to be had. And everything is free. So all of the public transportation is free. Everything that happens downtown is free. And thank you to everybody and all of the city workers and the police officers that continue to work hard and all of the citizens that absolutely come out and hold it down. It's a great place to be. I'm so happy that I stayed in my city.